From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Breeze
now on first down. That's caught. It's the rookie Traquan Smith. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey, we're waiting.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready? You ready? 21, 21. Got it. 12, 12, 12. Ready, what's that?
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Get wide now. Delta. Hot. Winnie. Ready. Kill. Delta.
Now Bridgewater. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Coleman. It's Patrick Robinson there on the stop.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's Ryan to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Howard. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Throw left side, complete. It's Howard. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good. That
is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Here's Coleman, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. And Bryant's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
20. Delta. Delta. Delta.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. And Josh Hill has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
First down, Bridgewater. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Bridgewater now on second down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Delta.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. To the air again with Bridgewater. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. This quarterback now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Over the middle to Smith. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Bridgewater again. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And here now come the Falcons. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone, trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Here's Bridgewater. Wide open receiver, complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for the Saints. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw is Bridgewater. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Letting one go deep for the... And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
And Lutz's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So out come the Falcons now. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
A first down carry for Smith. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
To throw is Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Smith trying to run for it. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. It's Coleman here. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. On the keeper, here's Ryan. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They come out here in the I. They'll run with Smith. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Delta. Ready. Ready. Go Delta.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Here's Bridgewater. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still try to throw it, and...
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
Ryan, he couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Delta.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. He's got daylight. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Atlanta now coming out on the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Ryan now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. over the middle to Beckham. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan going for it all. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now it's Ryan. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 3rd down, Ryan. Dancing to his left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Second half begins with a run by Smith. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here. 2nd and 3.
21. Space. Go.
They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. On second down, here's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Watch Mike. Outside coming. 20. Gun.
Now Ryan on first down. He's going to go up top for the ends. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Justin Hardy, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. A little surprising they wouldn't go for two, but this is up and good. And that will tie things at 20 all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And down it goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit the tackle to Kurt Coleman.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, that's Coleman, and he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Get up! Gun! 22!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. The 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He is going to find Hill here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Delta. Get wide now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And Hill running right through it. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Two first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Get wide now. Here we go. Gotta go.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Bryant will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the shotgun, Ryan. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 55 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
21.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have broken our tie. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Delta. Delta.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Ready. Go Delta.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And Hill with it over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Bridgewater on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
21.
On 1st down, Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Ryan, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. 2nd and 10 now, Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta.
2nd down, Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Oh, this looks like a free play for Bridgewater. And he'll let it fly in the direction again. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the safety, Kurt Coleman. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10.
Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Bridgewater. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Terrell McClain in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response.
Get wide now. Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta.
To throw is Bridgewater. Now he's flushed out left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brooks Reed in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And Lutz puts this one through. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Kamara, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The Saints on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7.
Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta. Hey.
He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Delta.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Go Delta.
And that'll set him back 5. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Delta. Lady.
He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
4 down. Hey, watch the
Get wide now.
check back.
They'll run it with Kamara, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. Bridgewater with a keeper. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Zach Line, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. Lutz with the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So Tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Sheldon Rankins in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
11.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They were looking that time to get it to Justin Hardy, and that'll bring up 2nd down. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
Complete over the middle to Hardy. He got 29 yards that time. Trying to hurry to the line on the very outskirts of field goal range. Ryan to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Ryan. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. One last shot for Ryan. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And this doesn't get there. It's no good. They had to go for it, but their final